though sometimes we will forget it, we share a province with a lot more than just 3 million Albertans. Much more. Beyond our cities, our farms and ranges, there's open land as populous as any busy metropolis. The forests, grasslands and wetlands that our province's wildlife call home.
The wildlife of Alberta, especially mammals like deer and bison, have the very same need as we do, to travel to different places capable of meeting their basic needs. Some places have food, which they need, while others provide areas to mate and raise young, while still others have the shelter needed to wait out their freezing winters. From the hare to the coyote to the massive bison will be needing some time or another. They need to travel to meet their basic needs, to something that was relatively easy to do over open prairie where every acre was a highway and destination for countless native animals.
As Alberta started to become the powerful agriculture province it is today, though, this started to change. Fences were put up and farmers sectioned off land and planted valuable crops. And all the while, the vast greenlands were crisscrossed by roads and dotted by towns. The result was similar to tearing up the roads and routes that we use every day. Suddenly, it was impossible for wildlife to get where it needed to go. Grazers that needed large expanses of land to feed had to cross dangerous roads and travel long distances to get their fill, while predators like bears and coyotes had to deal with the fact that not only were the grazers hard to find, but that they were not at all welcome in the farms and municipalities of Alberta. The result has been a huge loss of food for wildlife, a dramatic fall in health and diversity as populations are trapped in a small area and forced to inbreed.
The needs of wildlife were considered when Alberta was developing, though, and there were policies put in place to protect them, namely the creation of parks. Alberta has a huge number of these protected spaces, and they are currently our best chance to make sure that local wildlife has everything they need to succeed, which they do inside these areas. The problem, something that was never planned for when Alberta was drawn up, was how to travel between them. Animals big and small need the capacity to travel between these habitats. It is essential to their life cycle, and when they are forced to live in isolated patches of natural space in the vast expanse of farmland that make up Alberta, they face a potentially devastating challenge to their way of life.
To solve this problem, connect our isolated wildlife to the distant and invaluable mountain habitats, we need to do something soon, and we can. Land Trust Society, which is there are 12 in Alberta alone, work to mitigate this phenomenon by taking up stewardship of the essential land between wildlife preserves and parks everywhere in California to the mountains. They are currently working hard towards this goal, close to getting there. All they need is a little help from people like us.
By donating money or land, or even just learning about this issue, we can take up a critical role in the effort to rebuild the health of our provincial wildlife. It doesn't take a lot, but it does mean something. For more information, take a look at our website, or visit the webpage of the Southern Alberta Land Trust Society, which we are cooperating with for that one goal we all share, a healthy province for years to come.